knows about what my little look like.
This is a video we will name "You Don't Want This to Happen to You That Happened to Us." Once again, my name is Ron Walker. This is my wife Marilyn and my daughter Crystal. This all began around the beginning month of June 2012. Our grandson, our daughter's son, had committed criminal acts with others in the months before the above date. About 2 weeks before he was to attend court on June 28th, he disappeared. No one was aware for 2 weeks of his whereabouts. I in turn notified law enforcement that he was missing or a runaway. No Amber Alert was ever put in effect. So then I took it upon myself as his grandfather to have some flyers made with his picture and information supplied. Then also arrangements were made to contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, also to make up flyers with the picture and information to aid in the safe return of our grandson. And on June 27th, he called his mother, saying he was returning home that evening to attend his court date. This is just the tip of the iceberg, as they say. June 28th, which is court date, we, as in myself, Ron Walker Sr., my wife Marilyn, and my daughter Crystal, and her son Dylan, and 2 daughters, Bridget and Faith, were in the Harris County Juvenile Justice Center courthouse in Houston, Texas. So while myself and my daughter and her son were in the 315th District Court, 7th floor, taking care of his court business and concluding it, I walked out and saw my wife in a waiting room with the granddaughters, and then 2 women court workers leading our granddaughters out, baby in one arm of the ladies and the other holding the hand of the older granddaughter. I then asked, where are you taking my granddaughters? The one that had the baby in her arms, she said, oh, we're just helping. I replied, okay. Minutes later, I went into the 315th courtroom and asked, where are my granddaughters? To the one that carried the baby. She then replied, oh, we have them in the back. We have a court order. I then said, a court order for what? And she replied, child neglect unsupervised. This right here, according to law, is grounds for judicial malpractice in the courtroom / courthouse. This is called kidnapping and or abduction without warrant or physical proof of approved said court order. on the date June 28, 2012. This is a felony. A citation was issued on June 29th. I called law enforcement up to no avail. The 313th court on the 5th floor, that right there is constituted as wrongdoing by said court's name. Now, before all of this came to be, our daughter had tried a drug 2 to 3 weeks prior to the court date of June 28, 2012. So while at the courthouse, they wanted her to submit to a hair follicle urine test, which she did, and it came positive for meth. Mind you, she had no prior history of drug use, just in the company of one that had some at that time. Well, CPS became involved, and she had a prior history with CPS, but nothing was ever found, except dishes in the sink, stained carpet, and clothes in disarray in the girl's bedroom. Calls to CPS were being made by neighbors at her previous address in Humble, Texas. We know who they are. So while at the courthouse on June 28, 2012, CPS notice made the allegation that the granddaughters were alone riding in the elevator. Not true. Grandmother was right there with them. CPS and the court papers also alleged that grandmother was somewhere in the building. That also was not true. CPS court papers also alleged that the granddaughters were dirty and they had an odor. That's not true. They had bathed the night before court, so they would look nice and all that. I guess the courthouse must have been dirty if that's the case. They also said the baby had a bad diaper rash and no ointment or extra diapers were in the diaper bag. Ointment and extra diapers were in the vehicle because we did not know we were going to be in the courthouse all day. We knew of the rash and were taking care of that. CPS papers also said that my wife was incoherent and mentally feeble. How absurd of them to state something like that when no one was qualified to make such remarks like that at all. They also stated the granddaughter's hair was matted. Not true, just unbrushed at the time of their abduction in the courthouse. The older granddaughter had eczema on her legs, which we were also taking care of. So, CPS took and kept our granddaughters and put them in foster care while we were attending court dates, drug tests, and all that. It has now been 6 months of them in foster care. Daughter Crystal has completed her parenting counseling and her AA and or Celebrate Recovery that she attends every Saturday evening. As of 12/4/2012 in Court 313, which they changed out to 314th Court up and across the hallway because all of the other attorneys were, I guess, were taking their cases over there. Now, CPS and the court has ordered personal counseling for my daughter, Crystal Walker, to attend. When is this charade of crap going to end? All of this has just caused discontent, heartache, and unsurmountable blame. Granddaughters and grandson should be returned immediately to their mother. In the case of this judicial malpractice, once again, in the courthouse, of kidnapping without warrant or physical proof of approved court order at the time of their taking away. If there is any attorney out there that would help to take on this case also pro bono, please feel free to contact me as soon as possible. Also, anyone who would like to donate monetarily to help out with previous expenses incurred and future expenses with this case, would be greatly appreciated. It seems that all these allegations made on CPS and court papers were made to boost CPS's case to control all, even though untrue and false. You can feel free to contact, call, or text me at my number. My number is 281-570-5071. Or you can email me at kn_RonaldWalker@yahoo.com. Lowercase letters. Well, this year there won't be a good Christmas at all as our grandchildren remain in foster care. All content of this video is true to the best of my knowledge and ability. My name again is Ron Walker Sr., daughter Crystal Walker, and my wife Marilyn Walker. We approve of this video message. Thank you very much, and God bless.